Bears vs. Raiders is one of the more interesting games between two potentially bad teams on Sunday, and it's obviously because we're going to get to see Caleb Williams play once again. I like Caleb Williams. He had one really bad half in a primetime game on national television, and everyone just wrote him off, even though it was his first game playing in a new system under Ben Johnson. And so he gets off to this really nice start. Second half, it all falls apart. Bears lose. It's like watching any other Bears game. And then they come out week 2. They lose again. And then week 3, they play the Cowboys. Matt Eberflus, not a very good coach, not a very good defensive coordinator. People don't know this, but when the Bears hired him to be the head coach, he was about to get fired as the defensive coordinator in Indianapolis. That is a fact. I live in Indy. I do radio in Indy. I promise you, that is the truth. And so they go play the Cowboys, who don't have very good players, no pass rush, and he goes crazy, right? 298 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, NFC Offensive Player of the Week, all sorts of awesome stuff. Can he do it again? I think the answer is yes. I'm betting him plus 1.5 against the Raiders on Sunday. Caleb Williams played really well against a bad secondary in Dallas. Secondary in Las Vegas is not much better. Obviously, you do have to be very worried about Max Crosby coming off the edge, having a really good start to his season. I saw a cut up of him the other day, and he's just a monster. So you do have to worry about him. This Bears offensive line, though, much improved. I know that the tackles haven't been great for them this year, but you're just kind of waiting on them to figure it out. But I'm much more concerned about the Bears' ability to run the football and get stops. I like Geno Smith. I like pieces of the Raiders' offense. I don't love the offensive line. I wish that they'd get Ashton Jeanty a little bit more involved than what he has been to start the season. But I like Geno Smith. I like Brock Bowers. I like Jacoby Myers. They need one more receiver, and that could really kind of open the offense up. But there's a lot to like there. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. If you want to bet the over, I don't know what the line is. But I would, because both of these defenses, I don't think either one's very good. I like both of these quarterbacks, and I expect for there to be a lot of points put up. But Ben Johnson, I think, is a good young head coach, still kind of making his way a little bit, but I like them. I think Caleb Williams has another really big game. I think Rome Odunze is kind of emerging as Caleb Williams' favorite targets. I know that DJ Moore's probably their best receiver, but sometimes it's a comfort thing. When you get drafted with a guy, Caleb Williams goes 1, Rome Odunze goes 9th, if I remember correctly. And, maybe they just have a special bond. So I expect for Rome Odunze to have another big game. DJ Moore, impactful as well. The question is going to be which team runs the football better. Whoever does is going to win the game. Ben Johnson gets a lot of praise for the way that he schemes up passing plays, and the trick plays are fun. They ran the flea flicker against Dallas and, scored a touchdown off of that. But he also schemes up the run game pretty well. They've just got to find a way to be a little more consistent running the football with DeAndre Swift. I think they do that this week just because I don't think this Raiders defense is very good. So a lot of points, but the Bears establish the run a little bit better than what the Raiders do. That ends up being the difference. Bears win outright, and they improved to 2-2 on the season.